Hello viewers out there, welcome once again to this YouTube channel, Passionate Media TV. And of course, guess what we want to do today? Definitely, you know, this is screenwriting movie surgeon, and I am the screenwriter who dissects movie from the screenwriting point of view. In case you are just joining this channel, definitely you should subscribe, should like, and after watching, I want to see your comment. My name, of course, is Samuel Adeyemi, and I want you to guess the movie that I want to critique from a screenwriting point of view today. Definitely, you cannot guess. All right, the title of the movie is Alright, so now at this particular timestamp in the movie,
how did this happen? Is that an answer? Who authorized this birth?
It was Nurse Eki.
Alright, when Mio Kukusheshe asked the question, who authorized this birth? And the other casts, or one of the witches, so to say, responded, it was Nurse Eki. A better way to respond to that, as little as it is, that I want to explain now, I look so insignificant to some of you. Professionally, movies ought to be fast. Okay, so let me just give the answer. Who authorized this birth? Who authorized this birth? The next response should be Nurse Eki. Instead of saying it was Nurse Eki, I mean, that makes it to drag a little. Do not forget, movies ought to be swift. It ought to be fast. Scene by scene ought to be fast and catchy and prompt. All right. At this particular timestamp as well,
Hello.
I can't make it to work again.
Oh. Okay, sir.
I think there's a storm coming. I can't make it again.
Can you handle the delivery?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
you see, I have an issue with that scene, which if you have been following me in my write-ups online and also on this channel, you will see that I've usually used this example. At that particular timestamp which you just watched earlier, where the strange doctor was saying, can you take over the delivery, or can you do the delivery? What I would have expected, and then the man now said, the other doctor, the new doctor, who is the godly doctor, said, okay. What I would have expected is you shouldn't have shown that as a screenwriter was writing, and then also from the directing point of view as well. You could just have said, okay, can you take over the delivery? And then we cut to seeing him taking over the delivery, because we're already seeing him here.
Madam, you'll be fine, okay? Kata lebrego shanda lebregoski. Murekedoshia katolibo rokondoski. I believe it's time, okay?
Yes.
Now, push.
The rule here that I just explained is called start late, leave early. I take that again, start late, leave early. So, but the context that we're picking from this point is leaving early. So instead of him start late, leave early, what I'm talking about is leaving early. Instead of also be having the answer of, okay, I'll take over delivery or something related to that, or you just said, okay, anyway. What would have expected is, can you take over delivery? And then we cut to seeing him, because we already see him in this particular scene. So there's no need to give a prompt or an immediate answer immediately. Sometimes when you watch some movies as well, they reveal too many answers immediately. For example, if I was to propose to someone and then, or okay, let me use this example. If somebody is supposed to, if I'm supposed to attend somebody's wedding, and the next question the person will be asking me is maybe on the phone or physically in the movie or in a movie, the next thing is, Samuel, would you please attend my wedding? It would be an honor to see you there. Samuel, you are not saying anything. Okay, are you not going to come? Or are you not coming? Once that question is asked, the next scene in a movie that you are supposed to see is either I am there or I am not there. So if I will be there, there's no point, there's no reason for me to answer now. So Samuel, will you be attending my wedding? I want you to come. Did you say you'll be coming? I will now say yes. Then the next thing you see me there. I mean, I've reviewed the answer already. So that's why I said this element of screenwriting is start late, leave early. So leave early means do not review the full details now. Go and review it in the next scene. All right. I think you should also look at this particular time stamp as well, because okay, just watch yourself.
Waiting in the auditorium already, sir.
You are very funny. Very funny.
Help me talk to him, please.
I'm trying, I'm talking to him.
You can see this. That particular line where one of the staff of the church or the member of the church is asking James' manager to please help me to just look at it again. I mean, a better way to do that, if that is really necessary, as the writer who has written it and then the director doesn't want to remove that particular line outside on the set, she could have just called the manager of James aside and say, please help us to convince him. I mean, just, she should just find a way instead of still saying it in his presence. I mean, what have they both been doing? The two church members and also James' manager in his presence. You're supposed to call him aside. Please help us talk to him. Or is there something else you can do aside from this money? Just to make a touch of realness instead of still saying it, help us talk to him. I mean, haven't they been talking to themselves right there in that particular scene in the front of James or the front of Minister James? Because the saying that in his presence, I mean, appears as if he doesn't hold any water. So at this particular scene as well.
My pastor is calling, sir. I would like to speak with you.
I am not speaking to your pastor. I'm not speaking to him. Everything I've told you, tell your pastor.
I mean, this doesn't really bring out the suspense or the creative element in screenwriting we are supposed to see that becomes what you are seeing as a movie. It would have been that maybe, okay, let's assume the phone rings and it beeps rather. She looks at the phone. The next thing she could just look at him and like, he's calling. She still looks at the phone again. By that time, we are cutting to scene. Of course, I'm also a director, but I'm speaking from the screenwriting point of view, so you can permit me to also digress into editing as well. But the major thing is for you to get the reality from the screenwriting point of view. So I take that again. What I would have expected to see is the phone rings or it vibrates. Then she looks at it. He's calling. Looking at James now. And then she looks back at the phone again. By that time, we are showing James wearing a questionable look. And then, immediately, James is not saying anything. Then she gets that mindset of James wearing that questionable look. And then she speaks out with something like, what do I tell our pastor? He's the one that is calling. I'm just intentionally delaying. Something like that. In fact, you might not add the I'm just intentionally delaying or something. But instead of just saying, what do I tell my pastor? Or pastor is calling or something, you can just hold on a bit and look like he's calling. So that the audience also will be able to see a little touch of obscurity, not giving us the answer immediately of who is calling. Sometimes you need to intentionally delay it. As I would say, start late, delay it, and then you now leave early. I hope you get that. This made for some of you who are just regular film watchers and all that. It doesn't really mean anything to you. From a professional point of view, this video is majorly for those who are professionals or who are interested in becoming a pro in screenwriting. And of course, directors as well should definitely learn from this, that you should delay responses of something. Sometimes even I have an issue with a particular scene, but I didn't really capture it as one of the errors that I would say it brought to screen at that particular point where, okay, maybe I should just show it to you. the message that pops up immediately after showing the notification, the next thing she just say, Jesus, or wow, or something. It is when she now calls her husband, when she calls her fiancé, which is Mr. James, and Mr. James now sees the notification. So it's the audience, we as the viewers, are now going to see those information through the lens of Minister James, not the lens or not through the eyes of his fiancé. But of course, that could also be done in a creative way, the way it is done. I don't have issue with that, but I just want to have the understanding of not revealing the entire reasons for a particular action immediately. Delay it so that the audience will spark curiosity even from we as the audience. At this particular scene as well.
He left.
He just left.
I mean, when Lawrence Oyor said he left, and the other guy also said the same thing, that doesn't really bring out the beauty for that particular end bit, so to say. What I would have expected to see there is he left, and then the other guy, of course, I know he's also a screenwriter, so if you come by chance to get to see this, I really love what you are doing. I really love your work, your screenplays. It is mind-blowing. I will rarely say this because I intentionally do screenwriting, dissecting as a surgeon without talking about the beauty of what I've seen for reasons best known to me. Of course, once you have seen those good side of it, of course, then glory be to God. All right, moving forward, I'm already getting distracted. So the point is, when he said he left, the other guy, which is maybe his friend or something, or they met at that particular audition spot or so, or whatever, what you would have expected to hear is, as you can see, instead of still saying he left also. I mean, we have already seen that Mr. James have left, so he also repeating it again does not bring out the creative feel that we are supposed to see. Remember, in screenwriting, it is actually show. The rule is show, do not tell. So whatever it is you can reveal to us instead of telling us by mouth. And we can see that he has left. Lawrence Oyor also said he left or whatever. And then the next thing is, as you can see, or even you might not even see anything and say, because you must try as much as possible to make sure you reduce unnecessary dialogue, even if it is just one word. If you can reduce it, reduce it. Like I always tell people, for example, I'll just add this as a little tip. When you're watching a movie and then somebody wants to invite somebody else some other time, or they want to get the contact, and then you just hear or there's an issue that arises, and then I've said it in one of the previous critiquing, and the person will just say, okay, you can have my complimentary card. I mean, you don't need to tell us you can have my complimentary card. You can just bring it out and say, have this. Or okay, let's even use this. This is a towel, and the next thing I can just say is, oh, have this and clean your face, and the person will dab his or her face. As a matter of fact, I'm just intentionally dabbing my face. But I hope you get that. All right, so this is the end of critiquing from screenwriting point of view on the movie Prophet Suddenly Part 3, The Music Minister. Let me just add this as a little tip. Of course, I like the cameo appearance of evangelist Damlola Mike Bamloye. I know what the producer of this film did there. And also, I know there's room for consistent growth. We all are growing and all that. So this is done not to demean this is done not to demean anyone's work as well. So I also want to bring this up in case of future productions of anyone who is also watching. It is not actually upcoming artist or upcoming singer or upcoming actor or actress or something. It is up and coming. Up and coming. Oh, I'm not teaching phonetics. The major point here is up and coming. I am an up and coming filmmaker. I am an up and coming gospel singer. I am an up and coming. I hope you get that. Alright, this has come to the end officially of dissecting the movie Prophet Suddenly. My name remains Samuel Adeyemi. Like we always say here, you already know that this is done to bring out the best in future productions of movies we are critiquing, the producer of movies we are critiquing, and also anyone who is coming across this video or this YouTube channel to watch. And in case you want your production as well to come out in a more professional way, we are the best blog to reach out to. You can write us through or via our email that is already on your screen or in the comment section, or reach us through the phone number as well that is on your screen or in the comment section. Writers with Integrity will write various forms of writing, not just movies alone, but in this context we write professional screenplay. If you have written a script before and you want to go on production, you want us to vet it and make it to come out more beautifully, please do reach out to us. Till I come your way again, every writer and director, please keep writing well and keep producing real, fantastic, life-inspiring movies. God bless you. And in case you want to contact us to be able to vet your script or write a fresh story from you, from script to screen, to bring out a genuine and inspiring and transforming and convincing screenplay, please do reach out to us via the number on your screen. We have a team of dedicated writers who write transforming, godly, inspiring and inspirational, revelational films to transform the society and impact the nation as well, across nation. Please do reach us, and you can check the number on your screen or on the comment section. You can also reach us via email as well. Till I see you next time again, as a writer, please keep writing well. And as a director as well, make sure you have a clear understanding of screenwriting from the professional point of view. Bye.